Car stand part 3. Alright, let's catch up. Here, putting these wires. We gotta fix these LEDs so they can fit through the hole. So, gotta add extension to it. So we're gonna add extension to this connector used by the LEDs. I'm gonna split these wires, get some heat shrink tube. Always remember to put that heat shrink first. Always. Put on the wires, get them far away so they don't melt. But we're gonna solder these together. From here, I'm gonna use that Harbor Freight solder holder. It works. If it works, it works. Here, I'm gonna make sure those wires are stable and connected by soldering those together real quickly. I bought the wrong heat gun. Bought it for the European model. Don't want to mess up my surge protector. So, next best thing, I'm gonna use the soldering gun. Melt that down, as you can see here. Just put that heat on it, let it melt down. It'll do in a jiff. Now we got the connections on. Gonna put some more heat shrink on the back of that to make sure it stays secure. Guess that's gonna be on the outside of the box and going through the hole. You don't want any problems at that exact point of the extension. So from here, I'm gonna add the electric box for the LEDs. Just a quick drill in, nothing special. I'm gonna fit that extension. I'm going to fit that extension through the hole now and secure everything in place. From here, I'm going to work the LEDs. Since they're old, I'm going to put new LED sticker strip onto the backup. This is to hold it in place, especially since I'm reusing these LEDs. The original adhesive just won't work anymore. I'm doing this first to make sure that everything works smoothly and keeps in place. If it's working, it's gonna stay in place. If it's not working, I can take it loose and adjust it from there. From here, I can test fit the sizing and get it all worked out how I want the LEDs to work in my head. Or how they should work in my head. But first, I need to connect those wires, make sure that connection's solid. But before I do that, I need to touch up that black spot. It's an eyesore on the outside and the inside. So I'm using some acrylic paint to quickly touch it up. Now I'm soldering those wires together to make that connection solid and make sure that everything works together. I'm going to use the same technique as before to melt the heat shrink in place. I'm doing these heat shrink individual wires, and then I'm doing all the wires together. So here's all together. Now it's time to test those LEDs. Make sure everything works correctly. Great. We have power. Next step. We're going back and checking all the connection of all the LED strips to make sure they're all in the right place. So wiring, unwiring, and rewiring, unnecessary. But hey, hopefully avoid mistakes. We also did this to add extra extensions in between the wires to give it more length and to also separate the LED strips so it wouldn't be a continuous light. So here I'm soldering those extensions up that I made with the extra wire. Once again, I always heat shrink to make sure of the safety. Not like it's gonna cause electrical fire or anything, but still, I don't wanna have to go back and do it again. Now I'm going through and checking every LED strip connection to make sure they're solid. Everything still lines up. Good. Now, off camera, but I'm soldering the connections to the LED strip, as well as the extension that was there before that I just completed. Make sure everything stays in place. Somehow, it still got separate, which is weird, even after soldering and resoldering. But you know, I'm not perfect, so it is reused, so it is what it is. Do the best we can with what we have. Now that that's all done, let's fit this LED strip into this box. I'm fitting it into the edges, not to hide it, but make sure that it glows inwards. Now, we connect that center, little circle. I'm trying to remember how I set it up to work. And this is going to be the best option, apparently. I'm wrapping it around the PVC so that it glows outwards as opposed to the walls that glow inwards. Here I'm trying to figure out how I set it up before, but we're gonna just lay that down. That's 2 strips to glow upwards. They're not even, but I want to make sure I don't mess up those connections by over pulling the wire in a certain direction. We got it. Now it's working. All the lights are in. Everything looks good. Great. Now let's confetti this joint. Here I'm adding confetti so it'll glow. We're gonna have to add some more rocks later, but it's okay for now. Perfect. Let's keep moving forward. Very nice for a good little mock-up. Very nice. Let's keep this project going forward. I'm gonna try to clean up this acrylic. When I cut it, it wasn't the best looking, but it is what it is. I'm not a professional, nor did I claim to be. Let's get all that off. Looks good, fits good. I'm happy with it. It's not cut to perfect, but it is what it is. Here, I'm drilling those screws in, making sure everything seals very nicely and there's no hiccups to the spacing. Making sure it's kind of even and level. At the same time, not throwing anything off, and making sure all the screws go through the holes with no complication or problem. Here I'm clearing up those extra acrylics for the assistant, making sure he doesn't get any of that stuff. Once again, we have the mock-up centerpiece. Next time, we'll address this. Next time. Car stand part 4. Watching, like and subscribe, and check out the playlist.